Hey nurses, hey healthcare fam, pull up a chair and grab a snack because this one right here, this is How to Destroy a Hospital in 10 Easy Steps, starring your C-suite. So imagine this, you're an RN on a pretty stable med or surge unit. Ratios are 1.5, maybe 1.6 on a bad night, but overall, you're surviving. You know your patients, you know your team, and for hospital nursing, it's not hell. It's like lukewarm purgatory with coffee. Then one day, admin wakes up and says, you know what would really fix the nursing shortage? Not staffing safely, not paying nurses fairly. Let's reinvent the wheel and set it on fire. And they did. So here's the new genius model they rolled out. Brand new LPN grads hired in large numbers at almost half the RN wage. Each LPN gets 6 patients. One RN supervises 2 LPNs. That means the RN is now responsible for 12 patients, plus 2 brand new nurses every shift. And just for extra disrespect, the unit was already fully staffed with RNs. So now, because they don't need as many RNs, they put RNs on standby for $3 an hour. If you don't get called in, they pull from your PTO to pay for that shift. If you do get called, you're floated wherever they feel like sending you. So basically, you lose your hours, your PTO, your sanity, and your continuity. But hey, at least you still get the cute badge buddy that says nurses are heroes, right? During huddle, someone asks the most obvious question on earth. So is there a plan to fix this? Management. We're doing LPN blitz hiring for all the units that are short-staffed. Translation, we are going to keep hiring LPNs until enough RNs quit that the budget looks sexy on paper. Another nurse. So we're going to be put on standby until enough RNs quit? Manager. Yes. I want you to hear the silence after that yes. You could probably hear a 22 gauge needle hit the floor. Wait, hospitals are replacing 2 RNs with 1 RN and 2 LPNs to save money? Let's do the math. 2 RNs at $50 an hour equals $100. 1 RN plus 2 LPNs, still $100 an hour. So where's the savings? Oh, right, there isn't any, because now you're paying benefits for 3 people instead of 2. You've got standby costs. You're burning through PTO. And that 1 RN, they're now babysitting 2 LPNs, acting as charge nurse, preceptor, and walking liability magnet all at once. More bodies doesn't mean better care. It means more chaos, more risk, and the same price tag. This is an innovation. It's a spreadsheet fantasy that completely ignores how healthcare actually works. Someone please make it make sense. Nurses in the comments were like, oh, I've seen this movie before. And it went straight to DVD. One NICU RN said their hospital tried this exact setup, RN supervising LPNs with heavy ratios, and it lasted 6 months before it quietly died and slunk out the back door. Another nurse said their hospital tried a team model in CCU, 1/6 with shared responsibilities, and after a couple of near misses, the intensivist stepped in like, absolutely not. We like our patients alive, thanks. The chief of staff shut it down. Why? Because shockingly, when doctors complain, people listen. Story after story, or nurses watching surgeons dress down the director in staff meetings. Surgeons literally storming into admin offices like, fix this. I do not have time to hunt down who's actually responsible for this patient. One nurse said their whole hospital staffing matrix changed because surgeons pitched a fit. And suddenly there was a resource nurse on every floor. Interesting how when nurses say, this is unsafe, it's we'll take it under advisement. But when surgeons say, this is ruining my workflow and my outcomes, it's, oh my God, we're so sorry. Here's staffing policy change and a fruit basket. Now, let's talk about the part that should have every RN wide awake at 3 a.m., liability. These LPNs are brand new grads, thrown into 6 patient assignments on units that were already running fine with experienced RNs. The RN is now supervising 2 brand new LPNs, plus being responsible for the outcomes of 12 patients. So if the new LPN misses early sepsis, that blood pressure tanked 2 hours ago and they didn't escalate, a med error happens under your supervision, who do you think they're coming for? They will absolutely look you straight in the eye and say, well, you signed the admission assessment. You were the supervising RN. You're the higher license. Why didn't you catch it? One nurse in the thread said management literally told someone, you should probably get your own liability insurance. Excuse me, you want me to supervise 2 new LPNs, cover 12 patients, float when you feel like it, lose PTO and carry my own malpractice policy? For what exactly? A pizza on Nurses Week and a pen with the hospital logo? Let's be really clear here, because this is how management plays us against each other. This is not RNs versus LPNs. LPNs aren't real nurses. RNs think they're better. Absolutely not. Some of the strongest nurses on that thread were LPNs saying, this is dangerous for everyone. The education gap is real. The scope gap is real. And these new LPN grads don't always realize how deep in it they are until something bad happens. Another LPN said, they've been telling us we're being phased out since 2006. They get rid of us, they bring us back. They expand our scope, but they don't expand our pay. This whole thing is not about clinical judgment. It's about cheap labor and diluting the workforce while pretending care hasn't changed. Hospitals will phase out LPNs, demand BSN only, then say RNs are too expensive. Bring back LPNs with expanded scope for less money. Call it innovative care delivery. It's the same pendulum swing nurses in Ontario, California, Florida, the UK, all over we're describing. Hospital admins don't want to fix the system. They want to rebrand the same broken thing every 5-10 years and hope we're too exhausted to notice. In the comments, people were not mincing words. This model will fail. Get out before it does. This is usually what desperate, financially unstable hospitals do before they go under. Nurses need unions. This doesn't happen in strong union hospitals. Admin will absolutely fire you for even whispering the word union in some states. Some suggestions nurses had: get the docs and surgeons on your side. When they complain about safety, delays, and chaos, admin listens. Document everything: emails, assignments, ratios, incidents, who you escalated to, and when. Stop romanticizing loyalty to unsafe systems. But I live 8 minutes away is not worth your license. Start looking now, not later. By the time everyone else decides to leave, those decent jobs nearby will be gone. You have the right to protect your license, protect your mental health, protect your time, your PTO, and your paycheck. You do not have to go down with a ship that admin is actively drilling holes into. Nurses in the comments, I want to hear from you. Has your hospital tried this RN LPN team nursing model? Did it crash and burn? Are you currently living this nightmare? What does it look like on the ground? Drop your stories below, especially if you're an LPN or an RN who's been through one of these cycles before. Nurses thinking they're alone need to see just how widespread this is. And if you're new here, hit subscribe, turn on notifications. Share this with that coworker who just said, did you see the new staffing grid? Because I'm about to update my resume. Because at the end of the day, admin will say, we're doing the best we can, but we know the truth. We're the ones holding the line. We're the ones catching the near misses. We're the ones who get blamed when their cost-cutting experiment blows up. And we deserve better than to be collateral damage in somebody's bonus structure. I'll see you in the next one. And until then, protect your license, protect your peace, and stop letting clowns design patient care.